Welcome back to Sew with Mo. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take in this sweater. The same technique can be used with many different fabrics to take in a shirt that is a little too big or a lot too big. I got this sweater from a thrift store in Maine for $6. It's way too wide on me, but I really like it. It's originally from LL Bean and has a nice thick material. I like this rolled edge, the collar, and the length. So our only goal is to make this tighter in the body and arms. If you'd like to see an example on making your clothes shorter with hems, drop a comment below and I will get to your request in a later video. I wanted to keep that drop shoulder look to keep the length in the arms, and that means I'm going to need to fix the 2 runs in the shoulder area. This is a bonus fix for you guys. If you don't care much for fixing sweaters with runs, feel free to skip ahead. I used 4mm knitting needles because that's what I had on hand, but I think a crochet needle would have been so much easier. I found where the yarn was unraveling, I picked it up with my needle, and then I used another needle to place the loop that was furthest from the top of the shoulder over the other loop. I did this until I got to the top and then took a sewing needle and thread to secure it to the top. I was shocked at how beautiful this looked when I was done. Never throwing out another sweater with runs again. Yay for less waste and more fixing. I started altering by putting on my sweater inside out, and I pinned the sides and under the arms as tight as I liked. This is to mark where I'm going to be sewing. Pinning something on yourself while wearing it is a much harder task than it looks. I call this a rough pin, and then I lay the sweater flat on a table to mark and measure more evenly and accurately. I used an old bar of soap to mark on the sweater where I pinned. I like using soap because it washes off completely and the white marks are easy to see. Because you are marking on the inside of the sweater, you could use a marker that will show up on the fabric, or you could even use a fancy cloth marker that you can find at your local craft store. I started by marking one side, then folded it in half to make a copy of that mark, and I find this is the best way to keep it even. I then repinned on top of the marks so the material didn't shift while sewing, and I followed with a straight stitch. I like to try on my projects at this point, still inside out after sewing, to see if my measuring was accurate before cutting the fabric. I realized that I actually wanted it tighter in the waist when I tried it on and did another straight stitch right where I wanted it. I tried it on one more time, then I cut off the excess fabric. Because I'm working with a knit fabric, I went back after cutting with a zigzag stitch. This helps to grab all the loose ends and keeps it from unraveling. I go back over with a zigzag stitch in most of my projects to keep things clean and tidy. And here is the finished product. It fits exactly how I was hoping it would, and I'm so pleased with the outcome. Stay cozy, my friends.